What is up, guys? Solid News back again, also known as the Black Gentleman. And today, don't really have something to review because I've already performed a review on the IW Megatron, MNC's Tyrannotron. Today, I actually think about having some work done on him. And this is another one of those scenarios where I don't know if I'm actually even going to post this video because I don't know if I'm actually going to have it done. But I think I am. I think I want it done. I'm very big on comic book aesthetic. Similar to the Roadbuster I had Ninja Master K do for me. Well, today, I'm thinking about having him do some work on this Megatron. In which work you might be asking, like, what's wrong with it, Randall? It looks pretty good. Well, he does look good. But there are certain things I like from comic book strips. And that's from, I can't let's say comic book strips. Comic book. Guess I'm showing my age there a little bit. Next time I'm going to be saying funny books. But yeah, from the comic book, MMC, what they did for this was, in the Mortal BCI, a lot of characters have like pulsating energy coming from their bodies, and for that, what they do is they typically take pink paint and they just paint in, like right here. You see on both his wrists, as you can see, and right here, even the red right here, which I think in comic book this is all black, but I like that red, so I'll have them leave that alone. And pink right there, and on the other leg skirt, you can kind of see it right there, pink right in there. And he has spots right here on his legs here, and right there, here, and here. Even his crotch right here, little spot. Anyhow, I'm gonna have him going with some kind of a, I think it's like a metallic red candy paint. I'm not quite sure what it is. He showed it to me, but it looks really good. He's already done some work on him. Like, I had him go in here and add black panel lining, or just, I think some kind of black liquid paint he put in there to fill in his chest here. Because originally, the Megatron swirls that was already in his chest were just engravings, but it wasn't filled in. It's all silver. So I had him do that, and he went into the face here, and he added a little black to the lip to make the lip a little bit more pronounced, which I like. And while I have him doing that, I may even have him add some panel lining to the helmet, right here, these little grooves here. Make them just pop a little more. I think I may not. Honestly, all I really want is to have the pink filled in, the proper color, which is more of a red. And maybe he can add that. He knows how to add like energy effects to make it look like it's glowing. So I definitely want that, because he's supposed to have that. And speaking of this Megatron, hopefully, eventually, I'll have to have him take a stab at Tarn. I know it won't be for a while because he doesn't have the necessary paint, I believe. But here's Tarn, who is in a similar predicament, which they use is straight up purplish pink paint for all the energy, flashes like right here, here. He's got a ton of them, all in his chest, like here. I mean, it's everywhere. And they even forgot a spot actually. Inside the tank tread here, this has like a purple pink colored energy in 2 that's supposed to be inside of here. So I would love to have him get a hold of this and do all that as well. As I said before, I don't know when it's gonna happen, so I don't know if if it even will happen. A lot of time when I make these kind of videos, kind of the Roadbuster video, I was like, I may not even post this, and it may be the same thing. You guys may never ever see this video. But if he does, if he blesses me, I'll definitely be posting this so you guys can see it. And after looking at what he did to my Roadbuster, I was even thinking about handing him my Impactor. And in comic books, Impactor is always kind of like Roadbuster. He always has a few scratches, a few weathering points on his body as well. Matter of fact, on the intro of this video, I think I'll show some pictures of the comic book characters, of how some of the coloring is supposed to be. So if he happens to do some work on these guys, let me go ahead and grab Impactor one minute. Let's throw him in there. Let's see. So with Impactor, kind of like that Roadbuster, I want just a little bit of weathering, not as much as the Roadbuster, but just a little bit, some on this yellow here. Maybe add some panel lining. Maybe add a few superficial, scratches here and there. Maybe do a little work to this hook, make it look a little rougher. Because Impactor, like Megatron, they were both miners. And even in Last Stand of Records, Sins of the Records, Requiem of the Records, Impactor never really looks what I call pristine. He's all got a little battle damage, a little wear and tear on his body. And I want my figure to reflect that a bit. And when I say that, I don't want anybody just go in and just break my figure, but but no, just rough him up just a little bit, give him the business, as it were. But anyhow, here's a picture of all of them now, how they were before anything happens, because I love a good before and after. So here we go. Matter of fact, whenever I get them back, I'll try to put them all back in the same pose, or at least close to it. All right.
3 weeks later.
Well, guys, guess what? We're in the future, and I've had just about all the work done. And the first one I'm going to show first. Also, before I show anything, I want to apologize for not keeping my word in the first part of the video. I don't have them exactly in the same pose because, well, the first figure I'm going to show, I'm the most excited to show, and sometimes a lot of things I had Ninja Master K do to the figures weren't super extensive. Some of them just like little small things. And first and foremost, I'm gonna do Tarn. That's the one I'm like super amped to show you guys. And there he is. Now in the video before, or the first part of the video, I didn't bring up his face just being bland and black. Well, I had him do some work to it. I had him make the face silver, how it is in the comic book. Also, for readers of it, they know Tarn actually has a scar on the side of his face. Well, this figure doesn't give you a whole lot of room to paint, per se, but I think he did pretty good with the limited space he had. If I can get it zoomed in here. Excuse me. You look inside there. See, he did a little scar work, and it looks pretty good. I plan to post a little picture for the character in between the video here, so you guys can do a little comparison. SA4 it's not exactly spot on, but I think it's really good. The silver paint looks kind of deteriorate, a little cracked right there up under the eye, the way it's supposed to be. So it looks really good. You even got a little bit on the other side, just a little dab. You guys can see that. Also, what he did was the mask here. Out his hand there. He added a little something to the mask underneath here, a little two-tone to kind of make gets to make the mask a little bit sharper, a little darker in certain areas. Subtle, but I like that too. And nothing I asked him to do, he did. And again, it's more kind of little subtle things. In the comic book, as I said before, you can kind of see the energy in their body as it radiates. Well, what he did was he went inside here and added little hints of white, if you can kind of see it, and all the pinkish purple areas. So if I can get the camera to focus, Jesus, wait a minute, if I can get it. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't focus. But there we go. You can kind of make it out. Every area where there's that pink purplish paint, add just a little bit of white, because the energy is always flowing throughout Tarn's body. And it's the same right here on the legs. And anywhere that's pink, basically. Even the cannon itself, let me get that there, has a little bit there. You guys can see all that. I think it looks really good. Except for this is more of a subtle thing. And like I said before, I will post a picture up of this effect as it's done in comic book, which I think is pretty close. The white is very erratic and sporadic, as it is in the comic book. You can't really paint in, moving energy but so well, but I think this looks really good. Now I wanted to have him put energy inside here as well, that kind of pinkish purple energy here, but sadly there was some complications, so maybe in a later date I can maybe show that off. But nonetheless, I actually like this figure so much more now. I honestly kind of don't want to put the mask back on. I actually kind of like the face like this. But, you know, Tarn's Tarn, so this guy has his mask. But, I mean, I dig it. So, moving on. Another figure I wanted work done on was Megatron. And for him, yet again, very, very subtle stuff. But stuff I like nonetheless. What I had him do was, as I mentioned in the first part of the video, I wanted to have all that pink paint right here. The arm up. Done in more of a shinier red. Similar to Tarn's, you know, because it must have kind of a shimmering color. Almost like flowing energy. So I had him do that. I think that looks pretty good. I didn't have him do the whole spec treatment, but I think it looks a lot better than just that plain old pink he had before. Also, I had him hit up here. That was pink as well. And right in there. And kind of right in here. But I had him leave this little trace of pink there to kind of give off a little bit of a, like it might have a little bit of shine there. And for Megatron, I think that's about it. Yeah, actually, yeah, take it back. I had him go down here too as well. And here, here, and here. Like I said before, that's all versatile. And I had him darken up the red kind of in this area, and just add a little bit more depth to it. Depth, not depth. Depth. I'm always trying to say that word sometimes. But yeah, have him do it here, a little here and here. I don't know how good it is coming in across the camera, but blue in person, it does add a little something extra to the figure. All right, last but not least is Impactor, and for him, it gave him a little bit of the Roadbuster treatment, you know, a little bit of the weathering, you know, dry brush and whatnot. Just adding a little bit of detail to that all yellow plastic here. It gives it kind of a look like he's been through war and like things have been scraped off a little bit. Mostly on the legs here, as you can see. And a little bit of darkening in the chest. A little bit of dry brush there. And a little bit here on the chest. Most of it is very subtle. A little on the face, if you guys can see that. If I can get that. There we go. There. Like I said, just a little subtle stuff. I don't think anything on the back or not. Nope, nothing on the back. But I think the most noticeable are definitely the legs. And I dig it. Because I kind of like Roadbuster, you know, I didn't want him to be as weathered as Roadbuster, but I did want him to have a little bit of a, you know, a life lived. And I think that comes through very well on the character. Actually, like this cannon on the other side. I don't know why I put it there. I was going to have him do the hook, like I said earlier, but I was like, nah, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted him to do, so I figured I'd say it to a later date and time. But right now, I figured, nah, I'll leave it clean. You know, kind of guy clean his gun, you know, he probably keep his hook pretty clean. So it looks really good. Actually, I take it back. I did have him do a little bit of work to his drill, not his hook. So if you guys give me a second, I'll just swap this out. Give me a sec here. Okay, and here that is. Believe me, at first this was all this one color. It was all painted silver, but he used a technique to add a little bit of depth to it. So now it's like it's actually been used to bore into energon mines or someone's face, whichever, you know. So I'll just go ahead and pop this off here and slip this one off. Kind of see how that looks. There we go. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. So I have to say, Ninja Master K did really damn good. I'm brought a little bit more life to all these guys, and I can't thank them enough. especially this damn Tarn, man. So, oh, I should get him on frame. And as always, he told me to let everybody know who's interested in his work that he does do commission work. So I guess just let me know and I'll get you in touch with him. Because I don't believe he has a YouTube at all. I think he's been meaning to start one, but not as of right now. Man, that Tarn looks good. Even the eyes kind of shine through better than they did before, thanks to that silver on. Man. Alright, anyhow, this has been Sato Nuspa, the Black Gentleman. Out here doing God's work, getting these figures customized. Until next time, peace out.